Hey everyone, Delta Fan 270 here with another update of Palms View International Airport. There are a lot of new models in here. I haven't kept track of them though. If I had to guess, there's probably like 5 to 7 of them, if not more. But I haven't really done anything cosmetically with the airport as far as I remember, so it looks basically the same as when the last update happened, but as the summer progresses, I might do some more stuff on it. But anyway, the time frame for the update right now is 4 p.m. So over here by runway 9 left, we have a Delta A350-900 that came in from that's coming in from Tokyo Narita, and it's going to continue out to Amsterdam Schiphol in a few hours. Over here we have a Delta MD-88 that is going to be making a flight out to Philadelphia, and it came in from Tampa. And over here we have an American A319 with sharklets. This is one of the new models. This is going to be making a flight out to Panama City, and it came in from Toronto Pearson. And over here we have the JetBlue A321. That's going to be making a flight over to San Diego, and it came in from Los Angeles. Over here, lining up on runway 9 right, we have a WestJet 737-800. This is going to be making a flight out to St. John's, I believe, just to make sure I'm right on that, and the paper is sticking together. This is amazing. Yeah, we'll just say St. John's. Over here we have the United 737-900 Eco Skies. This is going to be making a flight over to Denver, and it came in from Chicago, O'Hare. Over here we have a Delta 717. This is going to Little Rock, and it came in from Dallas Love Field. Over here we have a Delta CS100. This is going to be making a flight over to Newark, and it came in from Dallas Fort Worth. And I actually forgot about this Lufthansa 747-8 right now is rotating off of runway 9 right for a flight to Frankfurt. Now into the most vocally exhausting part of the airport, we have Terminal 1, aka the main Delta terminal. Over here we have the Delta 757-200 Sky Team. This is going to be making a flight over to San Francisco, and it came from Cancun, and you can see some of the baggage service here. Over here, pulling into the gate, we have a Delta A320. That's going to be making a flight over to, actually this is just pulling in from Vancouver, and it's going to make a flight over to LaGuardia in around an hour. Over here we have a Delta 737-900 Split Scimitars. That's going to be making a flight over to Las Vegas, and it came in from Denver. Over here we have a Delta MD-90. This is going to be making a flight over to Pittsburgh, and it came in from Chicago O'Hare. Over here we have a Delta 737-900. That's going to be, I think, yeah, this is Spirit of Seattle. That's going to be making a flight over to St. Louis, and it came in from Miami. Over here we have a Delta A321. That's going to be making a flight over to Atlanta, and it came in from Washington National. Over here, getting some catering service, we have a Delta 737-800 that's going to be making a flight over to Raleigh-Durham, and it came in from Montego Bay. Over here, we have another Delta A320 that's going to be making a flight over to Kingston, and it came in from Baltimore. Over here, getting some service, we have a Delta MD-88 that's going to be making a flight over to, hold on, the paper's all the way over there, I'm just going to move it. That's going to be making a flight over to Milwaukee, and it came in from Charlotte. Over here we have a Delta 757-300. That's going to be making a flight over to Seattle, and it came in from Detroit. Over here we have a Delta 757-200. That's going to be making a flight over to Minneapolis, and it came from Phoenix. On the international side, we have a Delta 767-300, Habitat for Humanity. This is going to be making a flight over to Copenhagen, and it came from Brussels. I don't know if these peers were in the last update, but if they weren't, or you're just new to the channel, I decided to put these in because I like the way they look, and a lot of airports do them. Like Detroit has them. I think Frankfurt does, and I think they just look really nice. And I'll eventually attach JetBlue to them. But anyway, over here we have a Delta A330-200 that came in from Athens, and it's going to make a flight over to Dublin. Over here we have a Delta 777-200 getting ready to be pushed back for a flight to London Heathrow, and it came from JFK a few hours ago. Over here we have a Delta A330-300 that's going to be making a flight over to Barcelona, and it came from Amsterdam. Over here getting some service, we have a Delta 767-300 that came in from Frankfurt, and it's going to be making a flight over to, actually no, I misspoke. That's going to Frankfurt, and it came in from Rome. Over here getting more service, we have an Air France A340-300 that's going to be making a flight over to Paris Charles de Gaulle, which is the third flight of the day from Air France to Paris for Palms View. And over here we have the KLM A330-200 that's going to be making a flight over to Amsterdam. And over here we have an Aeromexico 737-700 that's going to be making a flight over to Mexico City. Over here at Terminal 5, we have a Delta Airlines A319 that's going to be making a flight over to New Orleans, and it came from Bozeman, Montana. Over here we have a Delta 737-700 that's going to be making a flight over to Charleston, and it came from Oklahoma City. Over here we have the third MD-88 that's going to be making a flight over to Buffalo, and it came from Houston Intercontinental. And over here we have the second Delta CS-100. Funny story, well, I don't know about funny, but more like just a normal story. I ordered one from Diecast Jets, they shipped it, and the wing came off in the box, or the wing was already off. So I emailed them about it, and they sent me another one. I don't remember which one is which, but with the broken one, I just kind of stuck the wing back in, and it's stayed in there without any issue. So I guess I have two Delta CS-100s laying around now, but anyway. This came in from Nassau, and it's going to make a flight over to Colombia. Moving on to the second board. I'll just start over here actually. Here we have a new airline for the airport, All Nippon. They will be doing services from Tokyo Narita. One arrival and one departure. I think it's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm not exactly sure on that. I don't really do the schedules that detailed. I just sort of make some sort of note of the departure time and stuff like that. I don't exactly take the days into account, but I guess I'll start doing that now since it's more realistic. But anyway, it's not exactly supposed to be here right now with the time zone being 4 p.m. It comes in more in the morning and leaves in the noon, I think, or in the afternoon, like 12 p.m. I think. But anyway, we'll just say it's some sort of a welcome ceremony since it's over here, and I want it to be in the update. Terminal 3, the Concourse A, aka the United and Silver Airways Concourse. Starting over here, we have a United 737-800 getting some service for a flight over to Houston Intercontinental, and it came from Washington Dulles. I think this is going to be pulling into a gate. This United A319 is coming in from Cancun, and it's going to make a flight over to Boston in a few hours. Over here, this United A320 friendship that will be making a flight over to Chicago O'Hare, and it came from Houston Intercontinental. And getting some service, we have the United 757-300, aka the Pencil. This is going to be making a flight over to San Francisco, and it came in from Denver. Over here we have the Continental/United 764. That's about to get some service for a flight to Berlin, and it came in from Los Angeles. Pushing back, waiting for this United A320. I'll get to this one in a second. This is going to be making a flight. This CRJ 700 is going to be making a flight over to Washington National, and it came in from Cleveland. This model is new as well. This United Express E170 will be making a flight over to Washington Dulles, and it came in from Newark. And Washington has been adding well, wow, Washington has been. Okay, United has been adding services in Palms View to help feed the more, or to help out during the days that are more in demand by adding some regional flights. So not every flight is being mainline. Yeah, that's what they've been doing here. Anyway, did I say where this was going? Okay, this is going to Dulles, and it came from Newark, if I didn't say that. So, and this United Express CRJ 200, that came in from Nassau, and it's going to be making a flight over to Orlando. Over here, this United A320 is going to Newark, and it came in from, actually no, I think this is actually arriving. So this is arriving from Portland, and it's going to make a flight over to Newark in a few hours. Over here, the Silver Airways SOP 340, this is going to be making a flight over to Key West, and it came in from Orlando. Now on to Concourse B. This is another new model. We have the Alaska E175. That will be making a flight over to Dallas Love, and it came in from Dallas Love. I didn't originally intend to get this model for the airport for Palms View. It was going to be more for Milwaukee, but I thought I may as well have it in here anyway since I really like the model. It's a really nice model. And when I do another Milwaukee update, whenever that is, you'll see this in there definitely. They actually fly these to Portland from Milwaukee, while Seattle is on mainline right now. Over here we have the Alaska 737-900 More to Love. That's me making a flight that's coming in from Seattle actually, and it's going to go back out there. And a prime example of fast movements in the gate that the More to Love 739 is going into, a Spirit of Boeing 738 is actually pushing out of. This plane will be going to Portland. And I actually saw this plane in Milwaukee when I went spotting there. I didn't spot with a video camera this time. I've been taking a lot of pictures recently. They've been going up on my Instagram, which I'll leave in the description. I got a picture of this plane, but it turned out kind of bad figures, but I'll still upload it anyway eventually. Over here, this Virgin America A319 will be, or technically Alaska. This will be going out to San Francisco, I believe. I don't remember, but we'll just say that. On this side of Concourse B, we have a Frontier A319 Perry Puffin. This is going to be making a flight over to Atlanta, and it came in from Cleveland. Over here, we have a Frontier A320 Griswold the Bear. This is going to be making a flight over to Las Vegas, and it came in from Cancun. Moving on to the rather anticlimactic Terminal 4. I want to make it look better eventually. This is just kind of what was left over when the bigger blocks were here. But I have to figure out how I'm going to redesign it exactly. I was thinking about possibly expanding it over here, making an L shape, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Anyway, this Copa 738 has a ground power unit and nothing else. But anyway, this will be going out to Panama City, and it came in from there. Over here we have a now retired American MD-80. Another plane, a newer model, took the MD-80 spot, but it will still show up in airport updates sometimes as a part of the Vintage Airport program for Palms View, which is a fictional airplane museum. So it's like a railway museum, but for planes. And over here we have the Sun Country 738 operating as a charter that was ferried in from Fort Myers to Palms View, and will be operating as a vacation charter out to Havana. Moving on to Terminal 6, aka the American Airlines Terminal, we have this American 787-9 Dreamliner. I can't remember if this is new. Anyway, getting heavily serviced. This will be making a flight over to Madrid, and it came in from Tokyo Narita. Over here we have an American 777-300. That's me making a flight over to London Heathrow, and it came in from London Heathrow. Over here we have this British Airways 747-400 pulling into the gate. This came in from London Heathrow, and I'll be making a flight back out there. This is another new model, I believe. This Qantas 789 will be making a flight over to Sydney, and it came in from Sydney. This American A330 A330-300 actually, will be making a flight over to Frankfurt, and it came in from Frankfurt. This Interjet A320 will be making a flight over to Mexico City, and it came from Mexico City. This LATAM 789 will be making a flight over to, hold on actually, Lima, and it came from Santiago. I had to check the paper, and it was actually on the other side of the sheet that I was using. So let's go look for that. Anyway, this American A320 will be making a flight over to Barbados, and it came from Philadelphia. This American A319 Allegheny will be making a flight over to Kansas City, and it came in from New York, LaGuardia. This American 738, gaining some service, will be going to Portland, and it came in from Charlotte. This American A319 will be making a flight over to Houston Intercontinental, and it came from Atlanta. This American CRJ 700 will be making a flight over to, hold on. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, hold on. Yeah, this came in from Monterey, or no, it's going to Monterey and came from Norfolk. This American 75 will be making a flight over to Dublin, and it came from Chicago O'Hare. Getting some service, we have an American 737-800 that will be making a flight over to Austin, and it came in from Los Angeles. This American A321 with Sharplets will be making a flight over to Dallas-Fort Worth, and it came from Seattle. This ex-US Airways A321, this is another new model, will be making a flight over to Phoenix, and it came in from Denver. This Reno Air 738 American will be going to Las Vegas, and it came from Washington National. This is another new model. This American 737 MAX 8 will be making a flight over to, or is coming in from Boston, and will make a flight to St. Louis in a few hours. And here's a model I actually forgot to cover. This is a new one as well. This Cathay Pacific 777-300 will be making a flight over to Hong Kong, and it came in from there, obviously. And it actually shouldn't be here right now with the time zone again. I believe it arrives at a similar time as On the Pond does. But I wanted to have it in here because it's an amazing model. I'm really happy I have it. I've always been looking for a Cathay Pacific model for my airport, and I'm happy I have this one. Moving on to the cargo area, we have an American 767-300 that is arriving from Miami, and it's going to make a flight over to Paris Charles de Gaulle. At the FedEx Cargo Center, we have a FedEx MD-10 getting some service that will be going to actually, I should probably just flip the paper over to this side. This will be going to Fort Worth Alliance Airport, and it came in from Memphis. Over here, this UPS MD-11 will be making a flight over to Louisville, and it came from Dallas-Fort Worth. This UPS 767-300 will be making a flight over to Chicago O'Hare, and it came from Philadelphia. This UPS 757-200 is getting pushed back. This is a new model as well, I believe. This is going to Minneapolis and came from Chicago Rockford. Over here, this UPS 767-300. This will be going to Bogota, and it came from Louisville. Here's a little tail shot of the UPS. And the American, which I forgot to do. I don't know how well you can see the stuff over here, but you can probably see it better now. Moving on to Terminal 7, we have a Delta Connection CRJ 900. That's going to be making a flight over to Jacksonville, and it came from Houston Hobby. Over here, we have a Delta Connection CRJ 700. That's going to be making a flight over to Mobile, and it came from Gulfport. Over here, we have a Delta Connection Saab 340. That's going to be making a flight over to Gainesville, or Gainesville, I don't know how you say it, and it came from Panama City, Florida. Over here, this Delta Connection E170 will be making a flight over to Orlando, and it came from Fort Myers. This Spirit A319 will be making a flight over to Fort Lauderdale, and it came from Philadelphia. moving on, the ground equipment, or the quote-unquote ground equipment, got kind of messed up, and I can't really be bothered to put it back, so we'll just have to deal with empty, or yeah, I guess empty, sort of empty gates. Planes are still there, obviously. Anyway, the Southwest 737-700. This will be making a flight over to, if I can find the, I think it's on the front page. Yes. Okay. This Southwest 737-700 will be making a flight over to Baltimore, and it came from Boston. The Southwest 737 MAX 8, beautiful model by the way. This is a new model. This is going to Denver, and it came from Chicago Midway. I believe this one's also new. Triple Crown 1 is an amazing model. This will be making a flight over to St. Louis, and it came from Milwaukee. And the Warrior 1 in the Canyon Blue livery will be making a flight over to Dallas Love, and it came from Milwaukee. Over here, this Caribbean 737-800 will be making a flight over to Port of Spain, and it came from Port of Spain. This Norwegian 737 MAX 8 will be making a flight over to Punta Piccola, and it came in from there. This Icelandair 767-300 will be making a flight over to Reykjavik. This Norwegian 789 will be making a flight over to yeah, it is London. This will be going to London Gatwick, and it came in from there. And this Qatar One World 777-300 will be making a flight over to Doha. So that was the airport update, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I do plan on uploading more. I also plan on getting new models, obviously. Spotting videos I'm not so sure about, because I just find it easier to take pictures of planes versus taking videos of them and then putting those into a compilation and uploading it in slow upload time. It's just kind of it's annoying. And I will be going to DC next week for Airliners International and for other things, so I'm not exactly sure if any videos will come out of that, but pictures will definitely come out, and those will be on my Instagram whenever those go up. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the update, and I'll see you guys next time.